the loan agreement doesn't say personal/business liability. It says personal liability. Considering that Congress is holding hearings about implementing a reward-based whistleblower campaign to recoup fraud, do we want to leave it to the SBA that they're going to come after people, make it up as they go along? Wait, does that sound familiar?
That's exactly what they're doing.
Toshiba, to answer your question, bankruptcy for business LLC under $200,000, how to affect personal credit. Essentially what you're asking is, because a loan less than $200,000 does not have a personal guarantee component, therefore if you file a bankruptcy for an LLC or a C Corp or an S Corp or an LLP, and that business is dissolved through bankruptcy and the debts, including the COVID-19 EIDL, is discharged through the bankruptcy, how does that affect the owners/shareholders of the business and SBA's ability to attempt to collect the debt from them personally? This is a conversation we have had multiple times on our previous broadcasts. I spoke to two really good SBA agents yesterday with exactly this question. I got vague, ambiguous, non-specific answers.
Because nobody really knows. They're still figuring it out. It is a work in progress. How is it that the protocols are not airtight? Why isn't there concrete procedure in place? I just don't understand how this is still a work in progress. I think it's the path of least resistance meets maybe nobody will ask and we'll just do what we want.
As typical with the SBA, the internal communication is as bad as the external. But the other part of your question, Toshiba, is affect personal credit. So I know from experience, having read a credit report, literally the first 2 weeks of the pandemic, 3 weeks of the pandemic, client number 2 who hired us to do a reconsideration of a declined COVID-19 EIDL application, he had a previous bankruptcy on his credit report and a defaulted SBA loan. So it did go on his credit report. My reading of the SBA Form 5 or 3501 loan application for an EIDL and the loan authorization agreement is that, yes, if you default, your personal credit can be impacted. The SBA may report the defaulted loan on your personal credit report, whether or not you have a personal guarantee. Now, whether that means they can come after you for the debt if the loan is less than $200,000, this is the unanswered question, which remains to be seen, because there's a component in the loan authorization agreement that says personal liability. We've seen people come on here and comment on our other YouTube videos saying, well, I spoke to an attorney.